Welcome to LexLocal. I'm your host, Rick Dorrington. There's a deadline looming for the School Building Committee. By November 12th, the SBC must choose a conceptual design to be submitted to the Massachusetts School Building Authority. Currently, there are 6 designs under consideration. 2 of them include renovation and addition options. 3 require totally new construction on the recreation fields, and 1 option calls for the new construction to be built on the existing high school site. The SBC has been reaching out to the community for input with a series of public forums. Most recently, the committee invited members of the community to tour the new Waltham High School, which was designed by SMMA, the same firm contracted by Lexington.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Waltham High School. So just to give you a bit of stats, we just opened in August. When we started designing the project in 2016, because there was a bit of a hiatus while the site was appropriated, it was 1,630 roughly students. Today we opened with 1,805.
Yep, 1805. Yeah.
We designed for 1,830. So in this school we have 14 career technical education classrooms, and those shops are about 8,000 square feet. And so I know we've had a lot of questions from residents about the difference in the square footage. This building is 415,000 square feet, but 90,000 square feet are those 14 shops. But to give you a sense, this is 415, we're looking at 460, so it's about a 50,000 square foot difference. We are 4 stories in the academic wing, 3 stories in the arts and the physical education. The site steps, so we move up through the site. So up at the top there where the gym and the auditorium is, that's actually on ground because we have a step in the building.
Yeah, or even like, I need a car.
I think Matt mentioned the 2 entrances. So we have a parking garage with a field on top. We have about 460 spaces in the back. We have 660 spaces total. Right. This is a 1,000 seat auditorium. This is what we're talking about at Lexington. We have it divided between the low sloped floor and the raked seating. Part of the purpose of that is, one is space, but also is that this can be used as a lecture hall, right? So Darrell is looking at how to program spaces. He can bring students in here, get them contained, and use this as a lecture hall. Yes.
What's the rule of thumb on seating for like per student? Because it seems like if we're talking about the same size.
So the MSBA supports a maximum of 750 seats regardless of enrollment. So Waltham paid for the additional 250 seats on the city's money. That's the same thing that Lexington is asking to do. So we have 1,000 seats is the maximum they'll allow you to go up to. We've worked in some communities where the 750 or sometimes even less has been adequate because they don't have such a robust performing arts program, but Waltham has a significant performing arts program. You guys have a significant performing arts program, so maximizing the seats was really important. Working with you, we'll bring, during schematic design, different layouts for the gymnasium to see what your options are, and how many seats you need, how many seats you want, and what that does for courts. But they have, I think, 7 different stripings on here. We have basketball, volleyball, badminton, pickleball, I don't know what else. A lot. So the goal was to maximize the use. So 3 full cross courts, 2 divider curtains, and a 3D rock climbing wall at the end because they're not allowed to climb the rock wall outside. Yeah, when it starts to get rectangular, it's hard to teach the kids in the back. We do have science labs which are rectangle, but they're a different setup, so I'll show you those. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're welcome. You know, as with Lexington, these projects take a long time. So we were hired on March 6, 2016, and I'll probably, finally be done maybe next year, 2006, March. But, they're a lifelong project and they're just a dream to work on. And we love, we just love walking through them. We love showing them to everyone. We love seeing how the students are using them. So it's just really important. I hope you can see or envision like the possibilities. I know you're going to go tour Lexington, so you might need to kind of keep this frame of mind while you do that.
After visiting the Waltham School, the group went back to look at the conditions at LHS. Principal Andrew Baker gave the tour and took questions from parents.
When we eat outside, that's an added benefit. But for a moment, I have other places to get you to. I guarantee you that That cafeteria, which is in that building right there, is full. Take my word on it, it's full. Now you have to imagine what happens to all of the students who are outside when it's not full. And that's why we have to have tables in hallways and people eating where they're really not supposed to be eating, right? In a stairwell or in a corner, and we're chasing them to try to go somewhere where food's supposed to be. We're gonna go This is an example, Julie, of one of a life skills room. I heard you saw one at Waltham. I don't know how it's stacked up to ours, but
We're not doing well right now.
are we not? I was actually pretty proud of this space.
No, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not well.
Yeah.
Yes, we're in the modular classroom. So this is 2015 construction. Something to keep in mind about that, though, I've asked Mr. Cronin a number of times, and he always likes to remind me that there's a difference between like life expectancy of a building and how long it actually lasts, and we can put bubble gum and Band-Aids on it or stuff. But it's my understanding that this wasn't really built for long-term construction. It was already in some of our mods. The floor is sagging in places, the tile is cracked, there's sort of like settling has occurred. It was never really meant to be super permanent construction. Our largest physical space at Lexington High School has a 146-meter banked track. This is where we hold pep rallies. It's our first evacuation site if it is a safe place to go to as a school out of the weather. A wonderful resource to both the town and the community. It's booked from around 6 in the morning from pickup basketball all the way until 10 or 11 when the building closes by town recreation. It's used by athletics for many of the JV and freshman games are played out here. And it is a physical space that allows for some educational opportunities that could probably not be done in other schools. It's a major use space at the school, so I understand why it's getting discussed a lot. Not a lot of schools have something like this. So any questions about the field house?
Community use of
Yeah.
space?
So we heard that the community uses the field house in
Yes.
some way.
Yes.
How do they use it? What for?
So when we say the community, we mean mostly town recreation. Town recreation is the key community user of the field house. So they sign up for groups that may be wanting to come to them, a pickup basketball league that wants to play basketball here in the morning. There are adults who come and walk the track in the morning who just want to get a walk in the morning. And then in the evening, if there are town recreation activities that they want to do, they'll come and book the space of the field house after practices and sports are over. Additionally, sometimes, for instance, when there is a parade or a major town event, it might begin here. So this is very much a shared resource between the school and the town, the field house. I think you need to understand that the entire building, that is pretty much true. When we want to run our back to school night, we fill out a facilities request use form to get our school after 3:30 p.m.
This is their office space that they have, right? There's no windows. It's just ridiculous.
So the committee continues to seek input from the community. There is one group in particular that grabbed our attention and offers a unique perspective on the project. That's the students. The Student School Building Committee have not only been lending their opinion on a future school, but also have been learning about what goes into the planning of a project this size. School Superintendent Dr. Julie Hackett talked about the committee and the students involved.
I am so proud of the kids on the Student School Building Committee. It is the absolute best part of my job as superintendent. The kids have been amazing. We really didn't know what the design was going to be or how we would structure it, and I was hoping that it would be an organic process where we would figure things out together. We believe in student agency and students as leaders, so making sure their voices are heard and they figure out what is important to them and meaningful to them.
It's been a really interesting learning experience overall. I was recruited in October, September-ish for the first community forum where we started learning about the project. I think our group has grown a lot from originally less than 10 students to around 30. It's been interesting to participate in different events like the visioning meetings and this job shadowing opportunity, because you get to understand more of what goes on behind the scenes.
Our project team consists of an owner's project manager and a design team or architects. And the kids are at 3 different sites learning about all different kinds of jobs today. I have a student with me today who wanted to be superintendent for the day, and she is more than qualified, highly competent.
Elements that we want to bring us with support.
And so basically, there were multiple sites that students went to, including an active construction site, I believe, the central office and other schools. And there's one more, I think, in Boston or Cambridge. And each student had one person that they were shadowing specifically. And afterwards, there was time for Q&A and reflection. Big projects have a lot of moving parts and a lot of people with different perspectives. But at the end of the day, what we're doing in this project is to serve students.
Their takeaways are just brilliant. So, you know, they really notice things maybe that the old, boring adults like me don't always notice. They, you know, they'll have very insightful comments like, one group was noticing tile in a particular project and said, if this could have been near a culinary kitchen space because it looks sort of like a Moroccan tile, that would have been a better choice. You know, when I think about the design, that's what I think could be an improvement. They like space, they notice natural light. On a visit to Somerville, they said, Dr. Hackett, we want that view out the window, and they saw the Boston skyline. I said, I'm pretty sure we can't get the Boston skyline from Lexington, but we could replicate nice natural light. And there are all kinds of different students. So we have students with very diverse backgrounds, which I'm really proud of because it's a group for everybody, and it should be. And we have a lot to learn from students. That's my takeaway.
It's official. After 6 years of service in Lexington and 37 years in local government, Town Manager Jim Malloy has retired. LexMedia was invited to the celebrations. Take a look.
It's tremendous to be with all of you today to celebrate Jim's career. I was privileged to overlap with Jim for a very short period of time as I was leaving the board and starting my new role. And he just hit the ground running with such confidence, steady hand, great demeanor, and wonderful ability to connect with people. And it was clear to me that the board had chosen well when we chose Jim. From the Commonwealth of Massachusetts House of Representatives, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to James Malloy in recognition of your dedicated service as town manager for the past 6 years. Your commitment and care in this role have helped to honor Lexington's historic past and pave the way for an even brighter future. Thank you for all you have done. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. And it's given this 19th day of September at the State House and signed by Speaker of the House Ronald Mariano, and by myself, Michelle Socolo, and by Representative Ken Gordon. Jim, thank you for everything.
A very stable and very grown-up management of the relationship between town and state in this particular case. It's not always easy, Jim, and I'm very grateful to you for the incredible job you've done. Thank you.
I'm filled with immense gratitude for the incredible journey that I've had over the past 37 years. Thank you for believing in me and allowing me to contribute to the betterment of these communities. More importantly, I also want to recognize the incredible individuals that I've collaborated with day in and day out on our staffs. And Lexington is second to none when it comes to the quality of the staff here. Finally, as other people have mentioned, I have to also recognize my family, who without, we certainly could never accomplish the kind of success that we've had over the years. So personally, I'm looking forward to the future. And I'm also looking forward to the continued success for all of our communities. Thank you very much.
We all wish Jim a long and happy retirement. We'll be right back. Stay with us. National Voter Registration Day was held on September 17th. The League of Women Voters of Lexington joined forces with LHS students to hold a Get Ready to Vote event. As you'll see in our report, you don't have to be 18 to be excited about exercising your right to vote. Plus, there was free lemonade and cupcakes, so we sent our own Devin Shaw to check it out.
Hi, my name's Jerry Zeter. I'm a volunteer with the Lexington League of Women Voters. I helped organize the Get Ready to Vote table with Lexington students. I feel very passionate about involving young people in voting. And I've done some registration drives in Lexington before. And what I learned from that is Lexington has a really high voter registration rate. And we also have a lot of students who are pre-registered to vote but don't know that they are because they did it through automatic voter registration. So I talked to the students about possibly, instead of doing a voter registration table, doing a Get Ready to Vote table so that we could help people with more than just registering. We could help them with voting by mail. We could help them with early voting. We could help them understand where to go for more information about voting. And I wanted the students to be the ones to learn how to help people with that, because when you are teaching others, you know the material even better. And the students have just stepped up so beautifully in terms of understanding the material, understanding how to find the information, and they've been handling everybody themselves who's come to the table today.
So what we're doing is we're registering people to vote. So if you're 16, you can pre-register to vote in this upcoming November election. We've had a pretty good turnout. We actually got to see Representative Michelle Cipollo, and she's been helping a lot of people canvass and getting people registering to vote, which is really great. I think we've gotten about 20 people or so to register to vote, and we've only been here for an hour or so, so this is really great progress. I believe that everyone needs our voices to be heard in order to create the most effective society possible. So that's what I aim to do. And I love history. I've loved history since I was 6 years old. So I understand the importance of the American Revolution. I understand what we need to do. And I think one of the things that is essential and that every citizen in the United States needs to do is to go out there and vote. I'm 14, so I can't even pre-register to vote. But when the election in 2028 comes, I am definitely voting, and I'm definitely going to get even more involved.
I'd just like to say that this effort got so much support town-wide from so many different organizations and groups. It's been so wonderful to have so much support and goodwill from our town. I just feel so good about today. Thank you.
Thanks for that report, Devin, and please, everybody, remember to vote. Not everyone gets recognized on their 295th birthday, but Captain John Parker did. Parker's Prelude is the most recent celebration brought to you by the Lexington 250 Commission. There was a little something for everyone to mark the occasion and get ready for the big celebration next year.
I'm Jillian Tung. I'm the Music and Art Representative on the Lex 250 Commission, and I am joined by
Jane Hunley. I'm also on the 250 Commission, and I work with the public schools in Lexington.
And we are so pleased to have brought Parker's Prelude, a community festival celebrating the 295th birthday of Captain John Parker, who was the leader of the Lexington Militia during the Battle of Lexington in 1775. We're honoring him today at his birthday with a community festival.
We have cake that Wilson Farms specially created for this, so we're excited to have wonderful food along with the wonderful music.
We wanted to have a real diversity of music, and we had so many highlights. But to start off the music festival, we had a first ever combined performance of the Lexington Bicentennial Band and the Concord Band, performing wonderful traditional march music. And they were followed by our very own William Diamond Jr. Pipe and Drum Corps. And we were so pleased to also welcome the Children's Community Chorus under the direction of Angela Carpenter. And helping us to finish the celebration is our wonderful honk band from Jamaica Plain. And the cake, as you can see, is a real work of art. It was designed by Wilson Farm in conjunction with Jane Hunley, and it features our very iconic Captain John Parker statue complete with fresh flowers that currently adorn the granite water.
3, 2, 1.
What a great event, and next time save me a slice of cake, will you? There's an extraordinary exhibit on display at LexArt. It's a study of one woman's life told in self-portraits. Sarah Sue Pennell is 93 years old and has been drawing a portrait of herself every year on her birthday since she was 18. I had the chance to see her work and talk with her. Take a look.
I remember my mother saying, when I wanted something special, what do you think this is, your birthday? So I got the notion, do something you want to do on your birthday. If I wanted to do a portrait, I was the convenient model because I was there and I wasn't going to be crabby about how long I wanted to work or if I was in the right pose or whatever. So it just made sense to use myself. And as I went on, I discovered that I could call them annual reports because they did sometimes express things very directly, things that were happening, like the time when my husband was dying. But they also, just those sort of everyday ones, as it were, gave some impression of what else was happening and what my general outlook was at the moment, maybe. Sometimes they look kind of fierce and sometimes they look kind of cheerful.
75 years of self-portraits, 75 years of the same subject as executed by the same artist is just a fantastic opportunity for people to learn how to look at a work of art and to understand that in every work of art an artist has made choices, and to be able to compare the work of a single artist doing the same subject herself over and over, begin to understand the choices, the dress, the pose, the setting, you know, the expression, the props, and really teaches us how to look at a work of art, besides celebrating Sarah Sue and her life and her work. It was a wonderful combination.
I like working with mirrors. I like working with reflections. I liked working that out. It wasn't at all, what I was thinking at that point was about the picture, not about that was what was going on in my head, not who am I, or what am I thinking, or what's happening. But sometimes it was working out how I was feeling, like when we got the diagnosis for this cancer. And that was very specific. Well, it's all here, in a way, but it wasn't really a major part of my life as I lived it. It was just something I did. And I have been glad in the long run to have it up, and I have been glad that friends have come to see it, and I particularly wanted some people particularly to come see it.
Just feel Sarah Sue is a wonderful gem amongst us in our community, and I hope that everyone can find their way to come out and help celebrate her. Thank you.
Now, if you'd like to go and see the exhibit, and I highly recommend you do, get over there this weekend as it's closing soon. With school back in full swing, that means LHS football is well underway. Our sports reporter, Terry Samaras, is here with an update on the Minutemen.
Well, it's October, which means football is back. Welcome to another segment of Lex Local Sports. It's been a while. I'm your guy, Terry Samaras. And as you can see behind me, Lexington Minutemen football team is hard at work preparing for their upcoming game against the Belmont Marauders. They've been grinding for the past month or so, and I'm here to fill you in on all of the action that you may have missed. The Minutemen have had 4 games so far this season and have a record of 2 wins and 2 losses. After starting at home playing Brookline, they went on the road against 3 tough opponents: Newton South, Acton Boxborough, and Arlington. Here's what happened. On September 6th, the Minutemen faced Brookline in a hard-fought battle. Down 20-0 in the second quarter, Lexington was able to storm back and make it a tight game.
As a man goes in motion, he'll take the snap. O'Shaughnessy running
it's wide
open.
Yep.
Touchdown, Lexington.
Before ultimately falling short with a final score of 20-14. On September 13th, the Minutemen traveled to Newton South, where they secured a decisive victory with a score of 28-6. On September 21st, the Minutemen continued their winning streak with a solid performance against Acton Boxborough, winning the game 28-13.
And he is gone. Touchdown, Lexington.
As Mendez, Stefan gives
And
it to
hands
Christian
it off.
Flores.
Up the middle is Flores.
Touchdown, Lexington.
And most recently, on September 27th, the Minutemen faced a tough challenge against Arlington, resulting in a disappointing loss with a score of 50-8.
Touchdown, Lexington.
All of those games are currently airing on our LexMedia education channel, giving fans the opportunity to see all the action. Looking ahead, the Minutemen are set to play another game against the Belmont Marauders on October 10th. LexMedia will live stream all the home games on our channels and YouTube, so be sure to subscribe and keep an eye out for all LexMedia productions in the future. I'm now joined with head coach of Lexington Minutemen, Coach Shane Wilson. Coach, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for coming out.
Can you give me like just a vibes check? You guys have had 4 games. Just tell me about how you feel about your team's performances.
Well, right now we're 2-2, and the JVs are 4-0, middle school's 2-0, and the freshmen are playing hard. So there's a lot of positivity. At the beginning of the season, we talked about realistic positivity, and that's the vibe right now. Realistic positivity.
So you got 2 wins, like you mentioned. What do you think the key has been to the success for those 2 wins that you had?
Execution. We showed up. The coaching staff came up with a great game plan on both sides of the ball, and we executed the game plan. And the lifting from January and all through the offseason, we're a much bigger, we're a much faster football team than we were in the past. So that's paid off.
Let's talk about Belmont then. Next Thursday, weird to play on a Thursday a little bit.
Not quite Friday Night Lights, but pretty close. And we're excited. Belmont last year gave us, they were league champs last year. So you don't take league champs. Everyone learns how to win if you're a league champ. So we're not going to take them lightly.
For that game on next Thursday, what message do you have for the fans that are going to be out here supporting the Minutemen football team? And what do you expect from the crowd that night?
Get here early. It's senior night. So get here early, support the seniors, and be really, really loud and have some fun.
Awesome. Congratulations on a successful season so far, Coach. Appreciate you for taking the time. Thank you. Big shout out to Coach Shane Wilson for letting me interview him and get his insight on the season so far and the road ahead. This has been Terry Samaras with Lex Local Sports. Thanks for joining us, guys. Back to you in studio, Rick.
Now, if you are a fan of LHS football, there's a game on October 10th versus Belmont, and we'll be streaming it live on our YouTube on LexMedia TV. There's a new art gallery right downtown with a twist. Galaray is an art gallery that serves amazing coffees, teas, and fresh scones. As part of our Lexington Chamber Spotlight series, Martha Savini sat down with owner and curator Molly Rapoli.
Everyone walks into a coffee shop, everybody likes coffee. So adding a coffee bar added that piece of comfort. It makes it a little bit more comfortable, like I said, and just allows people to come in and really enjoy the art with the coffee. It also lets you sit a little bit longer and really, be part of the art. Envision it in your kitchen or in your living room because you're drinking that cup of coffee or you're meeting with your husband or your best friend. We've curated our coffee bar as much as we curate the art. We carry Little Wolf Coffee Roasters, which is out of Ipswich, Massachusetts. And we can make espressos, lattes, we do drip coffee, and then we have teas, matcha teas, and then we also have a few pastry items. And we don't want to be a cafe. We're not someone who's making you salads and avocado toast. We're someone who's just giving you a little bit extra to sit and enjoy. So we partner with BIY Foods in Lexington, and she's amazing and her food's amazing. So our scones are freshly baked every morning and we pick them up from her. We have some cookies from High Rise out of Cambridge, and then we have some dietary allergy-friendly treats from Dee's Bake Shop.
Now, if you only listen to one thing I say today, run. Don't walk to try their homemade syrup pumpkin spice latte. And if you'd like to watch that whole interview with Molly and Martha, check it out on LexMedia TV. We'll be right back. Stay with us. If you've ever been on the Minuteman Bikeway on any weekend, you know it draws a lot of visitors to Lexington. The Town Economic Development Department wants to take that opportunity to promote Lexington businesses and show people that Lexington has a lot to offer. The department recently unveiled signage showcasing things like businesses, parking, and bathrooms along the path and through the town. And it's just the first phase of a plan to enhance the Bikeway. Hear more from Sandhya Iyer.
We wanted to make sure that people understand that there is business. You have coffee, bagel, and food available on the bike path, and there are a lot of other things that you can do right off of bike path, which is so close to the business district. One of the sides you can see the map. That's the entire bike path, which is from Cambridge all the way to Bedford Depot. On the other side, it's much more concentrated on the business district in itself, and it shows you what are the different kinds of businesses out there. We haven't listed each business, but that also leads you to the website where you can see all the businesses who are listed in on this area, but also other parts of Lexington. The second phase is going to be landscaping. You can see a lot of invasive species, trees. So we're going to do a lot of landscaping here. We're going to put benches. We're going to make some areas for travelers to have some places to rest, as well as take advantage of our businesses in this district. That's the second phase. The third phase, we are actually doing mural project activation and beautification of the businesses in itself and the properties that you're seeing on the bike path. Community building, it's community development, economic development. It is great for a community to have a bustling downtown. One word that comes to my mind is increasing vibrancy of a town. This area, especially where we are standing, we have some great historic sites, but also very good businesses that have been there for a long time. One of the examples I would give is Wicked Bagel. I know of people who drive all the way from New Hampshire to actually have a bagel there. You also have the bike store here, Battle Road Bike, and that has been doing a lot of business as well and engaging the community. So number of businesses in this area have been engaging the local residents, but we also want to make sure that people who are on the bike path, who are traveling from other towns, are able to experience the great, good business community here.
Now that the Bikeway is properly marked, Lexington was ready to host its first Bikeway Block Party. Our own Jake Klinzing checked in on the festivities. Take a look.
Hello, welcome to the first ever Bikeway Block Party. We have events happening up and down the Minuteman Bikeway. 7 events over about 10 different miles. We've got 7 different venues, and we have a slew of different performers and plenty of different activities, kids activities, games, the whole 9. After jazz, we've got yoga and live harp. We've got just some incredible things going on here. This all came about because of a desire to create a social festival, just something that would help to bring the community together. Each of the organizers has sort of handled and managed one of the parks, so we have people all along the route who know exactly what's happening. The whole thing right now is being produced and presented through grants and funds, but we do have some mugs and t-shirts and stuff for sale. And I definitely want to thank LexMedia for coming out and actually being involved. We're really excited to have you guys here. I'm Jim Cadenhead from Battle Road Bikes, one of the organizers here of the Bikeway Block Party, and let's go have fun.
Hi, I'm Peggy Enders. I'm involved with the Friends of Lexington Bikeways. I'm sitting next to my colleague, Ram Reddy, who's also on the board of the Friends of Lexington Bikeways. And we're here in orange vest because we're part of the volunteer team for the first annual Bikeway Block Party. So we've been working on this since January, and today, September 15th, it actually happened, and I am delighted, and the turnout has been fantastic. Lexington is a community, it's a wonderful community, but sometimes you think it might be fun to bring something to the community that it's never had before. We have music from essentially all over the world. We have African dancers, we have sea shanties, we have salsa dancing this afternoon, we have puppets, yoga, bluegrass, jazz. So it's thrilling that a small group of volunteers has brought this to Lexington today, and I think people are going to want to do this again.
I'm Christina Burwell. I'm the Executive Director of the Monroe Center for the Arts, one of the co-presenters for today's Bikeway Block Party, which is the first annual ever. And I think with the wonderful weather and the huge turnout and the wonderful performers and artists and art installation and crafts and activities, we'll probably do it again. I think after the pandemic, we more than ever want to get outside. Block parties have been around for a really long time and an opportunity for people to gather with their neighbors. We've extended the neighborhood a little bit to be Arlington and Bedford and Lexington. We have 4 parks of neighbors happening today, and the socialization, the fun that we're having is terrific. I love to bike. I love our bike path. I love being outside. I love the wellness opportunities that all of these things provide, and the intersection of the arts and being outdoors, being with other people, enjoying the company of other people, enjoying the inspiration of other artists. It's a wonderful day.
It's good. Testing 1, 2, 3. We are in the place to be out here in the heart of Lexington for the Bikeway Block Party. My name is Aaron of A Trike Called Funk, together with my man DJ Edward on the 1s and 2s. And what we love to do is roll out, pop up, and get down with community. Get people to tap into their creativity, connect with one another, and build a sense of community. And we've certainly done it today. Lexington, we had a lot of fun. Thank you so much from A Trike Called Funk. Peace.
There was a completely different kind of celebration held at the Lexington Venue. This one honoring our canine friends. Terry Samaras leads the way.
At the Venue Theater, dog lovers gathered for an incredible celebration, an event dedicated entirely to our four-legged friends, the New York Dog Film Festival. Inside, moviegoers were treated to a series of heartwarming films, all highlighting the special bond between humans and their canine companions. Lexington's very own canine officers in training, Watson and Maisie, along with their handlers, were here to meet and greet the public. We spoke with one of the officers about the vital work these dogs do and the importance of the bond between the dogs and the community as a whole.
So today we're here for the Sweet Paws Dog Film Festival here in Lexington Center, and we are here to do a meet and greet with Maisie and Watson. We're really excited about it, and we're even handing out our the Maisie trading cards and the Watson trading cards for the kids. It's crazy how big of an impact they've already made in the schools. Coming into the lobby every morning, the kids are so happy to get greeted by a puppy. Just getting to pet a dog, something as simple as that, can turn a bad day into a good day. She's made a huge impact, and we're really happy to have her.
Also present at the festival were volunteers from Sweet Paws Rescue. Their mission? To raise awareness about the importance of adopting rescue animals. Dogs and cats in need of forever homes rely on organizations like Sweet Paws Rescue, and events like this help spread the word.
Sweet Paws rescues dogs and cats from Massachusetts, Alabama, and Mississippi. We are a 100% foster-based, 100% volunteer, boots-on-the-ground rescue organization.
What we're looking for tonight is just some exposure. You know, we can never have enough volunteers. Adopters as well. There's been a lot of questions about adoptable dogs and how they can, you know, sign up to volunteer and adopt, which is, you know, invaluable for us. So this is a really great night for us to be able to come out and do this.
So this is our biggest fundraiser. It is Saturday, October 19th from 12 to 5. It's called Boktoberfest. It's at the Spencer Pierce Little Farm, which is in Newbury.
Our website is sweetpawsrescue.org. If you're interested in adopting, volunteering, anything, any time given is beneficial and helpful to us. We encourage you to reach out.
The New York Dog Film Festival was not only a celebration of dogs and film, but a chance for the community to come together, learn, and give back to the animals that bring so much joy to our lives.
Thank you all for coming. We really hope you enjoy the show. Have a good night.
Dogs, movies, what's not to love? We'll close out today with some scenes from the second annual Porchfest. For all of us here at LexMedia, I'm your host, Rick Dorrington. Thank you.
Working all night for the switching station, trying to find a break down the line. Must be some cause for this.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Helwig. I live in Lexington. I'm the guitar player and one of the singers for the Rusty Muskets and one of the co-organizers for the Lexington Porchfest. I lived in Somerville for a few years, and Somerville has a very big Porchfest, and we were fortunate enough to move to Lexington about 3 years ago. And noticed that they didn't have a Porchfest yet, and my wife found a Facebook posting by the Lexington Council for the Arts that they were going to be starting or wanted to start a Porchfest. So I reached out and I was able to jump in and really help them organize last year. Was the first, and this year it's even bigger than last year. So it's such a great day and a great opportunity to really just celebrate music and creativity across the town. No matter what your relationship is to music, we like just doing it for fun. We've been playing together for a number of years. So it's just a great day, and it's wonderful that the town gets behind it, and it's really the marquee music event for the Lexington Council for the Arts. Well, I just want to say thank you to my co-organizers and the Lexington Council for the Arts and a lot of people who came together to make today possible. We have almost 90 acts playing all around town, about 50 houses are hosting. So just a huge shout out to all of them, and of course got a shout out to my band, the Rusty Muskets, for giving us some time, and all these friends and neighbors coming out and spending the day with us.
Galileo said, won't you look at the stars with me? Watch the moon and the planets. See what I see. See what I see. See what I see. Just look at the stars.
Hi, my name's Shiva Barton, also known as Mr. Big, and I'm one of the front men for Sounds Like Chicken. It's our band. We love playing at Porchfest. We love the community activity. Free music for everybody all over town. It's just a wonderful event. And we played for a couple hours. Nobody threw tomatoes, so it was a good day. And just excited to be here. We're going to go listen to some more music now that we're done. So thank you, Lexington, for putting this on. We really appreciate it.